Welcome to Channel 4, ECS News, European Credible Sources. This is Cy Rajesh.
I'm John Balaji. And Yash.
I'm Marquis.
I'm Anuj.
And we're gonna rock your socks off!
Breaking news coming to you from European Credible Source channel.
What is it this time, Lewis?
Well, I'll tell you, James. A very smart man by the name of Henry Bessemer discovered a new way of manufacturing steel cheaply and in large quantities. That was about 60 years ago. And in 1860, 53 years ago, Great Britain, Belgium, France, and Germany combined produced 125,000 tons of steel.
And how much is produced now?
Now combined, they produce over 32 million tons a year.
Wow, that's 256 times it was 53 years ago. I have some breaking news myself, too.
Really? What is it?
Everyone thinks that Henry Ford invented the horseless carriage, or automobile, right?
Of course, everyone knows that. Even I know that.
Well, I just got word that that isn't true.
What? How is that possible?
I just got word that in 1885, a German engineer by the name of Gottlieb Daimler, improving a previous prototype, invented the modern internal combustion engine before Henry Ford.
Wow.
Yeah, and by 1889, he had to put it on a carriage body that was designed to incorporate a still more improved automobile engine. And that is when the automobile was born. For many years, the car became a novelty item that only the wealthy could afford.
Then what did Henry Ford do? Sounds like he did nothing.
He didn't do nothing. He did something. He was the one who later made the automobile accessible to the masses. He made it cheaper to make and made the price less.
Wow, this is breaking news.
Yes, and the invention of the automobile helped many other industries as well.
Yes, I know about that. The automobile industry created a new demand for steel and other products made to use to making an automobile. It also established a growing demand for petroleum products.
Good job, Lewis.
You too, James.
Well, that wraps up our show for today.
Yes, and we'll see you sometime soon. And that concludes the breaking news for European Credible Source channel.
Hello, Mr. Hosman, and thank you for joining us today. As the people of France know already, you've been put in charge by King Napoleon III himself to reorganize the city of Paris to make it a cleaner, better place.
Yes, of course. Who else would Napoleon appoint but me?
Anyways, one of the main projects you've been working on is to destroy entire districts to open way for broad and beautiful streets. What is the reason for doing so, besides making Paris a more beautiful and livable region?
This construction will benefit all social classes in Paris. And Napoleon told me that these streets will allow for quick deployment of military troops to stop riots organized by any social class.
I see. So that means these improvements being made to the city are solely to ensure the power of governments and King Napoleon.
No. These developments are for all the people. In fact, there are people I have instructed that are making sewer systems right now in order to promote cleanliness, especially for the working class. We're also organizing a way to prevent miasmas, or foul odors that obviously spread cholera, through the construction of new water pipes.
Now, a question from a young lad named Bronson. How well do you think other countries are in terms of sanitation?
Well, I can only tell you what I've heard, being that both Britain and Germany have reorganized the importance of sanitation and are taking action against it, just as we are. Britain placed the Public Health Act 3 years ago, and we just passed the Milan Act a couple of weeks ago.
The people of Paris have also heard of a movement to grant everyone better housing. Is this correct?
Not entirely. Housing is being improved for the working class only. Because, as we all know, them rich folk don't need better places to live. Jules Simon told me that good housing leads to good family life, which in return leads to a pretty swell patriotic feeling. He also said that the goal to own a house would make the working class adopt middle class habits, therefore improving life.
Well, thank you, Mr. Hosman, for your cooperation in today's interview. We hope to see you soon. And of course, goodbye, viewers. Please enjoy the rest of the broadcast.
Good evening, viewers. Today we have our weekly time trial matchup for the bicycle. Today we have Charan Balaji and Anuj along with this Coach Sito. Coach Sito, do you have anything to say about Anuj's progress?
Anuj is the best player in the world!
Thank you, Coach Sito. Thank you for those words of wisdom. Now, we'll be back shortly after the break to begin this matchup. It's so hot.
This young lad has fallen dead. Thankfully, I, Harry John Lawson, have created the greatest invention, known as the bicycle. With the bicycle, you get to work more efficiently and you won't drop dead. You must sit on the bicycle and pedal with both feet. This then engages the chain and the sprockets, which then in turn turn the rear wheel, propelling you forward. Look at him go. Let's look at what some of my customers have to say about this bicycle creation. Here is another customer.
Wow! I love this bicycle. It's so smooth and fast.
Welcome, competitors. Please shake each other's hands. This is the coin. This is heads and this is tails. Anuj, you get to pick. Which side do you want?
He wants tails.
Tails it is.
Tails.
That means Charan is head. It is tails. What would you like to decide?
I would.
He wants to go last.
That means Charan is going first. Charan, please mount your steed.
To the most epic bicycle time trial of all time, introducing Anuj Katecha and Charan Balaji as the two main competitors. As the two competitors prepare for the first leg of the trials, we can examine their approaches.
Just stretching out his arms and his legs. He just tried to get on the rear wheel and we had to tell him, please get off. Try to mount the seat properly. He's just preparing for that. He doesn't want to tear a ligament getting on that seat. It's pretty high up. As we look at Mr. Katecha over here, he is still trying to figure out how the bicycle works and how to use the brake properly. We hope that he can figure out fast enough because he is next.
These two men are the greatest in the sport and revolutionized the way people see bicycling. The referee has just stepped up and Charan will be the first to go, showing greater improvement from 30 seconds ago.
Yes, I agree, Yash. I think Charan had a chance to go to the Hall of Fame with this performance here. He's been showing much improvement since the last time he went.
And we're back. Right now I'm with Charan Balaji and he is done stretching. Charan, how are you feeling about the time trial today?
Pretty good.
Okay, that is Charan's final answer.
And as you can see here, before we get ready with the race, these pneumatic tires are newly developed by J.B. Dunlop. And what he did with these is he changed the structure of the tire so that when turning, Charan here has more handling and he can get around the little obstacles on the road like potholes. And the pneumatic tire is definitely a revolutionary improvement as it lets common people ride the bike. And we should now call the referee onto the field and start the game. Charan, are you ready?
Yes.
On your mark, get set, go! I got this. He's off to a very good start. Acceleration is on par. And he's off to the races.
Is that Coach Cito with the rifle?
Bam!
Here's to see that Charan has been shot. There's no rule that a person cannot snipe their opponent.
And we are back. First of all, as Anuj is preparing for his race, we would like to discuss the issue of Charan's death during the race. Yash?
He suffered very big injuries and he, in turn of those events, had died. But in that case, he did finish the race.
Yes. As we were reviewing the video footage, we realized that as Charan was falling to his death, he somehow rolled through the finish line, finishing at 5 minutes and 10 seconds for a 100-meter dash on a bicycle. Now that is remarkably fast. And what I would like to say, as Yash said before, is to reiterate that there's no rule in the rule book that says you cannot shoot your opponent. So what Coach Cito did is within the rules. And upon further investigation, the bullet that was used to kill Charan was made of steel. Steel instead of lead. What do you have to say about that, Yash?
Well, Si, I know a lot about steel. Steel has industrialized this era and has made transportation a heck of a lot easier for everyone. Through transportation, urbanization became possible and allowed for the expansion of more individuals from the more dense populations to the outskirts of the cities.
Thank you, Yash, for that fun fact. Now, we will be back with you on the field as Anuj Katecha has begun to mount his steed. Thank you.
Go straight, Anuj.
Anuj is pushing it to the limit. Coach Cito barking out orders from the side. Will Anuj make it within 5 minutes and 22 seconds?
As you can see, the dead Charan is already still on the field. Anuj is completely just going by.
Charan! Anuj passes the finish line and the dead Charan. Anuj has the record with 20 seconds. That's 5 minutes less than Charan.
Anybody talk about me? I'm the best biker in the game.
Who talked about you, Anuj?
Charan! Don't put some mediocre biker like Charan against me.
Okay, thank you. That's all for today. I think Anuj is pretty angry.
In today's episode of the panel of experts, we'll be talking about the new invention of the century, the automobile. Here are the two experts that are going to introduce this new invention.
Hello everyone, I am Marquis, and I am an expert on the automobile. I am here alongside Yash.
Hello everyone. I'll start giving you a brief history on the automobile. The automobile was born on 1889 when the German engineer Gottlieb Daimler mounted his internal combustion engine onto a carriage body.
Well, Yash, even though Daimler created the automobile, it was the American Henry Ford that made it accessible to the masses.
Good point, Marcus, but why is the automobile the invention of the century?
The automobile helped the world both economically and socially. It helped socially because no other single invention transformed the mobility of such large numbers of people. Economically, the automobile created a vast new demand for steel and petroleum.
Wow, you really know your stuff.
Where do you see the automobile in the future?
I believe the automobile will one day become not only a means of transportation, but a way to show off your social status. What do you think, Marcus?
I believe one day cars will fly.
Well, I think that's enough for today. I'll see you all next week on another exciting show of the panel of experts. Channel.
What is it this time, Louie?
It's Lewis.
3, 2, 1. Okay, just go whenever. 3, 2, 1. Sorry, Rajesh.
And Anuj Katecha.
And Yash.
But that is not against the rules. It says nowhere that the opponent cannot shoot the